Bonjour. Je m'appelle Amy. Actually, I'm Philly. I'm Amy also. So welcome to my kitchen. I'm not French, as you can tell by my terrible French pronunciation and accent, or lack of. But I'm here to do a final recipe, a final French recipe, at least that I'm aware of, for the year 2024. Now, as many of you know that follow me, I used this cookbook that had been sitting idle for way too long from one of my favorite chefs from years ago, Laura Calder, French Food at Home. It was my focus at the beginning of 2024, and I did it throughout the summer. And it was in honor of the Olympics being in Paris this year. Plus, I love all things French, including the food. So it was a wonderful deep dive. If you're interested in that, please go to my channel and you can find them. And I'm going to be actually making a playlist of the French recipes. I have not yet, but stay tuned for that so you can access them easily. And I also have been for probably, oh my gosh, has it been almost 2 years, but at least a year and a half, I've been doing wings recipes in my air fryer, trying all different kinds of chicken wings from all different flavors, from all different cuisines, and that has been fabulous. So today I'm melding the two together. And it was a surprise to me because I was just browsing through this cookbook after my last French stream that I had planned, and I noticed a recipe by Laura Calder for orange wings. And I about stopped in my tracks because while I had tried many different wing recipes over the many months on my Wings Wednesdays, I had never done a French recipe, and hers, orange wings, sounded so unique and delicious, I knew I needed to try it. So let me put this away for right now, but we will be referring to it, and let's get going and get started on this. The first thing I'm going to do before I check my lovely chat is I am going to be getting my air fryer preheated. If you ever use an air fryer or an oven, it's always important to preheat it. So I'm going to preheat it to 400 because that's how we will be starting our wings. So let me go right here, get it preheated, and let me check out the chat and make sure everything, all the tech things are working as they should. So it is a Wednesday, and I will tell you this, I'm doing quite the, what's the word I want to say? I'm making quite the, oh, I can't think of the word. Well, let me explain it to you. I am not technically watching my Phillies game. They are in a do or die situation, and it starts right now. And I see it right over there across, so I can take a quick peek. But I had planned this stream. You know, we didn't know what the schedule was going to be postseason or any of those things. So you just got to do what you got to do. Barbara, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Sacrifice. I should know that's actually a baseball word, sacrifice fly. So I was making a sacrifice today, but it was not an easy game to watch last night. And anyone that follows any sports, let alone baseball, knows that there can be many games that are painful to watch of your favorite teams. So today it's do or die, and the Mets have been hot lately. And we've been in that position. So the Phillies have been in the position where we were the underdogs, but we were kind of going and we were hot and we had great momentum, and that worked well to our advantage. And now we're in a reverse turn of that. So while I love my Phils, I know we have to take out all the stops and bring everything against this team because this team wants it badly and they have the momentum on their side. So we have to shift that momentum. So go Phils. But yes, Barbara, happy Wednesday. So the wings. So last night, by the way, all the information is down below. All the information is down below in the description, including her full recipe from the cookbook, French Food at Home. I'm going to be diverting and changing the way I cook them because I want to accommodate my air fryer. So if you have a regular oven, you can use these same directions. It might just take a little longer because one of the things that an air fryer or a convection oven does is it keeps air constantly moving, which provides a lot of great texture. So you get really crispy cookies and pie crusts, and things like that with baked goods, and for wings and roasts and things like that, you get a great crispy outside. So if you don't have a convection oven nor an air fryer, don't despair. You can, well, actually, if you don't, I would just follow her exact recipe, because she just uses a pan and uses an oven, a regular oven. If you do have a convection oven or an air fryer, then you could follow what I did here. So as we know, we love crispy wings here, which is why we've done so many Wings Wednesday. And last night I got these, I call it dry brining. I did it very simple with, this is about 3 pounds of wings, and I did 1 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper. It could be black pepper. I used white pepper, partly because I didn't want to see the black flecks. I wanted the orange to come through, but the taste would be fine. I love white pepper. I'm always a proponent of having it not in replacement of my black pepper. Sometimes black pepper is desired, and I love it. But in this case, I didn't want the color, and also white pepper has a slightly different taste, which I love. So if you have it, use it with this. So 1 teaspoon salt, kosher salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, and I did 2 teaspoons of baking powder this time. The other thing I would add is that you want to make sure that you dry them off first, and then you mix everything and toss it with it. And then you put it in this contraption. If you have one, this is just a cake pan with a rack on top, and then they can dry that way in the fridge overnight. So that is what we are going to do, and these are ready to go. So my oven is preheating, and Archie, well, yeah, I kind of feel like the wings are French. I'm kind of thinking that. And I just realized I didn't see you first. So when I was looking, okay, I'm sorry, Arch, I didn't say hello right away. When I was looking at my computer, I see the live stream of me and my mug, and I see the chat, and there's this little message from YouTube that says, welcome to the chat, and all I saw was Barbara say happy Wednesday, but when I go down, I see my friend Archie too. So, yes, ailes de poulet à l'orange. I don't know how well I said that, but I certainly tried. And they are French. I don't think that, oh, I see what it's doing. It's kind of doing the chat a little bit different. Oh, I never know I'm going to get on my side here. So it is a French take of like duck à l'orange. It's wings à l'orange. And let me just read to you what she says, because I always think it's cool. She writes the loveliest notes before the recipe. She says, chicken wings are inexpensive, and most of us have an orange or 2 trailing on the counter. These ingredients, along with the warmth of cinnamon, the fragrance of coriander, and the aromatic base notes of shallot and garlic, and the freshness of mint, make a fairly economical dinner quite eventful. And that's what we are aiming to do. So my oven is ready. I'm going to put my dry brined wings in there. And to start, I'm going to cook these at 400 in my air fryer for 15 minutes. And I'll explain why in just a second. I'm going to bring this over. I don't know why I brought that over, because I'm going to do this in front of y'all. Move my orange. I already used my orange. I'll talk about that in just a minute. And I'm going to actually lay this down just to help. I actually bought a new basket for my air fryer because my other basket was getting a little dingy. And so I'm just going to spray on the parchment paper this olive oil. And then I'm going to place my seasoned wings face down. So I'm putting this side down. And as I've talked about, if you are new to my channel, by the way, if you're new, please say hello. If you so desire, we'd love to meet you. We are a friendly crowd, and we'd love to say hi to you. And you don't have to get your wings this way. This happened by accident one of the times I went to the grocery store. This was all that was available, and it was the best thing in the world because they are so much easier to manipulate and to mess around with when you're cooking. And so I actually have found that I prefer it that way. Now these ones, Archie, these ones are quite huge. Like these are huger than my usual ones. So they are going to be snug as a bug in a rug in here. That's what I'm saying. All right, let me get that in, and one more big one. And these are quite meaty, I must say. I'm going to turn that one around like that. So nestle them in, and then you can give a quick spritz of oil. If you're doing it the Laura Calder way, you'll be browning these in olive oil in a pan till they get crispy and brown on the outside. You're not doing all the cooking, and you can see that's why I'm starting mine here in the air fryer. So let me get my temperature back up. And 15 minutes, there we go. All right, so those are ready to go. Let me put these here. And I'm going to keep this handy for when we have to flip them. So she would have you saute these in the pan till they get brown and crispy on the outside. And then what she has you do is she has you toss them in that spice mixture of coriander and cinnamon. So that's what we're going to get ready right now. So when our wings are ready, we can begin. And then we'll mess around with the orange and the shallot and the garlic. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to, and you can do this, she talks about doing it like in a baking dish. I thought my bowl would work best. And in here, I'm going to be putting in a ½ teaspoon of cinnamon. And then she says 1 to 2 teaspoons of ground coriander. Now, I had to chuckle when I read that because I was like, 1 to 2 teaspoons. That is a vast, like that's a big range. So I wasn't really sure what to do with that one. So I thought I would add 1 teaspoon of coriander and mix it up and see how it all smelled. And then I might add a half for good measure. Because I often, if they give a range, I go in the middle. That's like my rule of thumb. But yeah, so I just thought that was a big range. So let me get out this. This is like a weird one. So, and I'm getting low on my coriander, so I'm gonna need to get some more out. This one's actually a little hard getting into the spoon. Yeah, I don't know if I have a choice. You know what? I'm going to have just about 1 teaspoon, so that's what we're going to be using. I'll let you know how it tastes, if it could have used more. So I'm going to get out the rest of that because I am low on it. So it's funny, when I bought the spices this way, I have some herbs this way too. Oh, I need to cut this because it is not all coming out. What was nice was they were quite affordable, but this contraption is not really practical, as you can imagine. So that's one of those things where the price was nice, but the practicality of it, not so much. Okay, so we got every last bit of coriander. So I would estimate that I had that was about a teaspoon. So we've got a teaspoon to a ½ teaspoon of cinnamon. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of a mix, and let's just see how the scent is. I could smell the cinnamon right off. So I'm just mixing with so we're just going to have it here. Oh, it smells very good. So the coriander actually gives a little bit of balance to the cinnamon. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take some of it out so I can sprinkle some on top of the wings and have some of this be on the bottom. So that's kind of what I do when I mix my seasonings anyway, is I always put some of my seasonings on the bottom when I'm dry brining. I keep some in a dish or a spoon, and then I can put them down in here, sprinkle, and then do a toss. So this is ready to go once my wings have done their first cook. Yes, Archie said Chinese chicken in orange sauce, I think, is a popular one. So I have never had the orange wings, but I have had, I've had orange chicken. Like it's kind of like a sesame chicken with a little more orange flavor. It's actually quite good. Like a sesame chicken, it's sweet, doesn't have much spice. And you know, I'm a spicy girl, so I like me some spice. But it's tasty. It's very easy to eat. It does have definite orange flavor in there, but it's good. And so you're right, that's exactly an orange saute that's done with chicken in another cuisine. So what I did before stream was I got my orange ready. We can get fresh orange juice from a local market, but I was out. So I took some oranges, squeezed them to get a ½ cup, and one of the oranges I zested to get just that very outer layer of zest. And this will be going into the sauce that we'll be making in a little bit. But first we need to prep some things. So we already got the orange, so I'm going to just set this orange aside. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mince 2 cloves of garlic, and then I'm just going to mince some shallots. So she said 2 shallots, but this one is, in my opinion, on shallots, is kind of on the larger side because I've gotten smaller ones. So I'm going to just do that one. And I'm going to put a little bit of that shallot also. Let me get these smushed more so they peel better. I'm going to put a little bit of that shallot in our dressing. So one of the things I thought would go wonderful, and this is no surprise for any of you that have been watching, is a salad, because salad goes great with wings, and it's a good way to balance, you know, the nutritional value, get some good veggies next to something really yummy and tasty and succulent. All right, so I'm going to be saving some of that shallot to put in a little vinaigrette that will be pouring over some fresh greens for a salad. Okay, let me get rid of that garlic skin. Garlic skin, it just sticks everywhere. So I'm just going to run my knife through this and get these minced up. You could, of course, use a garlic press, and sometimes you all know I use the tube, but I was feeling fancy. I felt like the French in me needed to go all out with fresh, totally fresh garlic. And I see there's like a bad spot that I'm going to get rid of from my garlic and another piece of skin. Not that that matters. So Archie, what did you and Amy have for dinner? Because Archie's from across the pond. And by the way, while Archie is letting us know, I do want to continue to send my prayers out for anyone affected by the hurricanes. I know we talked about this last time from Hurricane Helene, but we have an absolutely nasty hurricane named Milton that is aiming for the west coast of Florida right now, south of Tampa. And last I heard it was a 4. It has been a 5, and it's right now a 4, and they're evacuating. So having 2 huge hurricanes like that, you know, kind of come at our country in such a short time is a lot. So I'm definitely praying for all of our friends to the south. I continue to pray for those in western North Carolina and Tennessee, any of those areas that have been ravaged by Helene from all the flooding from the rains. So we have our 2 cloves of garlic minced, and now we're going to get our shallot minced. Joanne! Yes, Archie. Hi, Joanne. First of all, Archie, yes, I know. But she did say 1 to 2. So I'm sticking with her low end. And of course, I agree with you. That's why I was thinking of doing 1.5. But I do. Oh, and Archie, you don't like cinnamon. I was just thinking that. So Archie does not care for cinnamon, if I recall correctly, my friend. I love cinnamon. So I'm really excited about these different herbs going on our wings. But yes, if you don't like cinnamon, Archie, you could probably maybe just leave it out and maybe not do quite as much of the coriander. Kind of play around with it. I think she was looking for this kind of different background to kind of play off of the orange flavors. So, and then of course the savory flavors. So to do this mincing, what I like to do, and you've seen me do this with onions, is I just like to run my knife horizontal a few times on both of these. And then, oh, this one's a little thicker, so I can go a couple more. And then I just go lengthwise, not quite to the end. I keep the end there. And then I'm going to run my knife through it, and it makes a nice little mince. And I can always mince it up further if I'd like. And then look, it holds it together, and you have a mince. Joanne, welcome. I've been thinking about you, and I hope you are well. And Joanne, have you evacuated? Because I think you're down there, right? So tell me how you guys are doing down in Florida. And then Archie said, I'm not a standard cinnamon fan, but it's part of the spice. If it's part of the spice mix in the recipe, I'll go for it. Yes, but, oh my. This shallot is really strong. Well, I haven't had one do that to me in a while. I haven't had an onion do it to me, and I definitely haven't had a shallot do it to me in a while, and it is strong. All of a sudden, my eyes are watering. I'm just so choked up for y'all. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh, that is a strong one. Cooking ain't for sissies, right? Okay, so we're just getting this all minced up. And again, I'm going to save some of this for our dressing, for our light vinaigrette to go on some baby greens. I am going to just run a little bit, not because so much for the orange wings, but I do want my shallots to be quite minced for my salad dressing. Now, husband, that is so sharp. I'm just like trying to get the fumes to go away. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, my eyes are going to be red by the end of this. Wow, that was a lot. Okay, so I'm going to move these out of the way in just a minute, but in the meantime, I'm going to take a little bit and put in my little dish that I'm going to use to make my dressing. So I'm just going to put a few in, not too many. There we go. And then this I'm taking out of here so it stops sticking my eyes, and we'll get this when we're ready for our sauce. Holy moly. So we have everything prepped for our sauce. We'll be cooking our sauce up here. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Once this first cook is done, because we'll be using the drippings to flavor the sauce. So I feel like, by the way, Philly's got some dangly hairs. There we go. Let me wash my hands. Since I'm not going to be sauteing these in a pan, I thought what I could do is there's always drippings from when you use an air fryer. So I thought what I'm going to do is use those drippings in my pan to at least get some of that yummy, savory flavor, chickeny flavor into our sauce. So I thought that might be a good idea. So for my dressing, let's just do a little squirrel and focus at something else. We're going to be making a little vinaigrette. So I have my shallots. I'm going to use my white balsamic vinegar. You could use a white wine vinegar. I'm using a little Grey Poupon Dijon mustard, and I need where did I put it? I think I put it away. And my olive oil, and I need some salt and pepper. And this time I'm using black pepper. So I'm going to put just a little smidge of Dijon. So I do this by sight, and I know you're probably not going to like that. But Archie has a great classic vinaigrette. If you want to go to Chef Archie Pie, he has a great classic vinaigrette you can check out. But I like to eyeball it, so I have my shallots in there. I'm going to put a little smidge of Dijon. When I say smidge, for the little salad I'm making, it's probably going to be like about 1/8 of a teaspoon, if that. And the mustard, come on. Oh, and I'm getting low, so now it's going to be a pain. And what the mustard does is it helps emulsify the dressing. Oh my goodness. Can Phil get a little bit out? This is comical. Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Does this happen to you? Okay. So then we're going to put a little bit of salt and pepper, just like a little pinch. And we can always adjust the seasoning. I can always add a little more salt to my greens. And then I'm going to add a little bit of my white balsamic vinegar, probably about a tablespoon. I'm going to get that all mixed up. So I do a lightly dressed salad. And then I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, extra virgin. Now, I do like my dressings to have a nice bite to them. So this might be a little too much. I might need to add some more white balsamic, because white balsamic is a sweeter vinegar. And I'm going to get a piece of lettuce out so I can taste it properly. So 1 second. So this is the lettuce we're doing today. It's some baby red and green leaf lettuce that is that is grown in a greenhouse. Almost lost the lettuce. That would have not been good. Okay, let's taste it. Let's see. Ooh, that's perfect. That is perfect. With the white balsamic, the 2-to-1 ratio, perfect. If that's too tart for you, just add some more oil then. I'm going to keep my greens in the fridge so they stay nice and chilled and crisp. My dressing is ready, so I'll just put this aside until we need to dress. The salad, that is. I came fully dressed in my Phillies gear. Okay, let's tidy this up because it's almost done. And Archie, I'm afraid I am. I think I'm crying for both. You should ask Hubs. I was in the sourest mood last night. Oh, I'm gonna leave these. I'm gonna leave this here just in case I need the salt and pepper. I want to keep that close. He was away at a work event, and he came home, and I've been watching the game, and needless to say, was not in a good mood. I don't know if anyone in Philly was in a good mood. And I was just so disappointed. I wanted this team, you know, I've watched baseball long enough. Here, I'm going to actually take y'all to come see this. I've watched baseball long enough to know that these things happen, that, you know, certain teams have momentum. Yeah, so it is what it is. But they are a really cool team. Let's take a peek. So here we are, 15 minutes. Look how they puffed up, and they've got a nicely, lightly browned. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so we're going to take this over here, and now we're going to toss this in the spices that we just mixed together. And then we're going to pour the drippings. Let me just turn down a little bit so you all can see. There we go. And then we're going to pour the drippings in this pan. So let me do first things first. Here it is. These are going to be hot. So you put some down, and these I will have face up. So these are not done cooking yet. No tasting, no eating, or as they would say in A Christmas Story, that one of my beloved movies that we enjoy here, is you'll get worms, which you won't get worms, but you know. And then I'm going to get these drippings in just a second. So let me just leave this here, and I'm going to take the rest of the spice mixture, and let's toss. So this way you can kind of get from above, and then you can get from behind. And then all I'm going to do is kind of do some tossing. I just want to get this mixture on the wings. I'm going to try just tossing this way. There we go. Oh, it smells good. And it's such an unusual smell to be coming from chicken wings. I mean, honestly. Okay, they look pretty covered. Now I'm going to see if I have any drippings. So I'm going to take, oh my gosh, too little a space. Let me move my water, and let me get my spatula. Okay, so when you open up your air fryer, the basket lifts out, and I have some drippings down there. Lovely. I'm going to leave this here so that it could drip right onto the chicken there, because why not? I think I need a hot pad because that pan's going to be hot. And you don't have to do this. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a try-hard. So I'm just going to want to get any of this flavor onto my pan to make my sauce, because this has olive oil in it, but it also has chicken flavor from the skin and some of the fat on the wings. So I want that flavor, right? So I'm getting that into my pan because I want that to go in the sauce. And probably that's maybe a teaspoon, so we will need to add more. Now I'm going to put this back in, and then I'm going to put these back in. This time I'm going to have skin side down. Whoops. Oh, whoopsie. Now my wings, I think my wings fell apart a little bit, at least one of them did. That one's not going to be very pretty. They're not cooperating. I'll put that one on the bottom so we don't see it. There we go. And then I'm going to check my chat and see what I've missed. Okay, that can go there. And this can go there. Nice. Oh. Well, there's a lot that left inside, so whoops. I don't know what that was. We shall see. And I'm going to want to clean this to put the orange sauce in to do some tossing. So I'm going to leave this over here, and we'll get that cleaned. But meanwhile, I'm going to spray them one more time here, just for browning. Okay, and these are going to go back in. Now they're going to go back in for 10 minutes at 325. And we're going to check them. They might need 15, because these are hefty wings. As I've said, I like getting them this way. Having them all connect, like all one, wait a second here. Three, is that what I wanted? 325, I'm sorry, I knew it was something different. So, and actually mine only goes to 330. It doesn't do the fives, it only does it by tens. And then I'm going to keep it at 15, and I'm going to set this for 10 so I don't forget to check. Because I might need it for the full time, I'm just not sure, because again, I'm trying this out in my air fryer. Now we need to get this sauce going. So to get the sauce going, I'm going to get my pan on, but first let me check my chat. Let's see here. Let's see. So maybe we'll go back a little bit. So Joanne says, I have family in Florida, but thankfully they're not in the area. They are more in the southeast. I didn't know that you live in New Jersey. Oh my gosh, Joanne, I always assumed with all the Disney talk you lived in Florida. I love that you're my neighbor. And you are Barbara's neighbor too, because she also lives in New Jersey. And I used to live in New Jersey. Wonderful. Morristown, Bloomfield, wonderful. Oh, and thanks, Archie. I appreciate that. I don't know if the news gets to y'all, like when those kind of things happen over here in the States. And, and now the conversation just went down a hole. Oh, you were being serious. So Archie says, isn't there a prison there or a sanitarium? And Barbara says, we had a mental hospital closed, but it's gone, I think. We do have a jail, and I've never been there, Archie. Live by this rule, there's always next season. I totally agree. Although, so what I was trying to say is one of the things a lot of us from the city love, and the surrounding area, not just the city, love about the team is that they really have fun together. I mean, when they were winning so many games at the beginning of the season, they had the second best record at the end of this year, and because they were winning so many games at the beginning of the season, and they were on such a streak. But beyond that, they were also just having fun. And even on games they weren't doing well, if someone get a hit, they'd kind of get themselves riled up again. And I really feel they genuinely like each other. I've seen other teams that you're thinking, I don't know that they're all that close, but this team just seems close. You feel like you get to know them, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. So there is another season, but I do worry that the team will change a lot. And that just makes me sad because you really get invested in these players when you watch a lot of their games. So, there we go. And Barb says it pays to make friends with the sheriff and local police. Oh my gosh, and now it went down a hole. And then Archie says, is it necessary to buy free-range chicken there, or do you go for organic? I try and buy free-range when I can get it. Our organic chicken is rubbish. So that's a good question. So I try to buy organic when I can, except for when I bought, and I don't know if they're free-range, I should know. I feel like the Bell & Evans ones might be. I don't remember. Bell & Evans is a great brand that I get a lot of my chicken, but when I got their wings, I was very disappointed in them. I thought they didn't, there was so much like bone shards there that I wasn't very happy. I don't know, I was not pleased with their wings. So that's why I've just, for my regular wings, like for just wing day, I just get your standard, I go to Giant, so this Giant grocery store, so I just get Giant's chicken wings, and I just get them all connected on the bone. Again, you can have them separated into drums and flats. I just like them connected if they're available, because I think they're juicier and they're easier to manage, especially in the air fryer. But that's a great question. So let's get this sauce going. So I have here, and I'm going to bring the recipe back. I have here, make sure y'all can see it. Yes, good. Okay, so we are going to get this started. And first I want to, and you know, this thing gets hot fast, which I'm so grateful for. So I'm just gonna put it on a 6 for right now. And I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil. Because what we're gonna do first is we are going to be getting that garlic and the shallots sauteed up. So we're gonna get this heated up. We're going to sweat them into, so I'm going to actually turn it down 1 because the 6 might be a little high. This induction little mini induction stove. It heats up super quick. I mean, it's amazing to me. So I'm going to get those in and let them sweat. Now, I'm always afraid to put garlic in to sweat because garlic burns so quickly. So my rule of thumb is I don't put the garlic in right away. I let the shallots or the onions, whatever else I'm doing, get going, and I put them in near the end because I do feel like garlic just can so quickly turn. So we're just getting this. So I'm going to bring you all around so you can see what I'm doing. We can keep chatting. And then we can move y'all once. Whoopsie. Let's see. You can see the little monitor. That's how I can see all of your wonderful words. Let's see. Got that. Okay. There we go. Move my sunflowers over. Oh, Joanne, no problem. Have a great evening. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. So we're just letting these sweat right now. So I have it on medium heat. I don't want them to get too much color. And wow, the aroma on these. These are going to add a lot of flavor. Main reason being that they're very strong. So it's good to get these to, and I'm going to turn it down just a tad because it is quite, there we go, move that back a little bit. There we go. So to this, I'm going to be adding the garlic in just a minute. These are supposed to sweat until softened for 3 to 5 minutes. Then we're going to glaze the pan with our fresh orange juice. Please do not use, the orange juice that we buy at the grocery store. I would really just buy some oranges and squeeze them. It's not that much, it's just a half cup. For me, this was 2 oranges that got me a half cup. And I cut them up and used my lemon and lime squeezer to do that because I don't have a juicer. It just makes all the difference in the world. And don't forget to grate the zest of one of those oranges. So that's important too. So we're going to sweat that. I'm going to add my garlic now. There we go. Oh my gosh, the aroma from the cinnamon and coriander, it's amazing in this kitchen. I wish you could smell. It's amazing. Okay, I'm going to turn it down one more. All right, so these are finishing their sweating. Then we're going to be adding the orange juice. We're going to be adding the zest. And then I'm going to pour all over some chicken broth. Here we just have a half cup of chicken broth or chicken stock. And then we're going to let it reduce. Okay, so I think those have softened. I'm going to deglaze with my orange juice. I'm going to get this ramped up because I want this to really be able to reduce. We're also going to add the orange zest from one orange. And then we're going to pour our broth in. Chicken broth right there. So that's all she wrote. And then we're going to boil this rapidly so we can reduce it to a sauce consistency. Should take about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so we want this to be at a rapid boil. And then we'll taste and we'll adjust any seasonings for that. All right, so in the meantime, that's what's going on there. So now I'm going to bring y'all back, and we'll keep an eye on that. Okay, there we go. Make sure y'all can see. Yes. All right, there we go. So, back at ya. And I'm going to get a steam bath. That's the one thing with this. I love having it right here for y'all, but it's like, hello, can I see you? I'm getting through the fog. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to put this orange away. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pour myself a glass of Chardonnay because what should you do when you're having French wings? You should have a French wine, which this is not. This is from Columbia Valley, but it is a Chardonnay. So that is what I'm going to pour right now. I set aside a glass for myself. And in a minute, we'll take a peek at the wings and make sure nothing's burning there. I don't smell anything burning, but we just want to make sure. So cheers, and it's Wine Wednesday. Wings Wednesday, Wine Wednesday, what a combination. Oh, that's nice. I am not a fan of a really oaky Chardonnay, and this one from Saint Chateau Michel is lovely. It is just smooth, easy to drink, not too oaky. I'm not a big oaky person. Okay, it has been 10 minutes now, so we are definitely going to go check. Let me turn off the timer. The rest of it's on there. Let's go through the fog. We'll take a quick peek at the sauce. It's bubbling away. In fact, let's get it. Oh my, I just tripped over my tripod. Nothing, we're good, we're fine. I'm looking for my little spatula, see how it's doing. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, lots of, we're steaming y'all up. I'm gonna need to get my towel and, just a second, y'all. Sorry about that. There we go, much better. Okay, let's check it out. Wow, look at those. So you see that one dark area? That's where some of the herbs had kind of all gripped onto. I think that was a fatty section from the chicken, but wow, those look good. I think I'm going to flip them for the remainder of the time. So let me get my tongs. Let me just leave you here for a second to look at that cute little orange. It's actually a candle, and I'm going to flip these fellas. Uh-oh. Oh, I think what happened, I think when I was oh no. So what happened when I was tossing my things with the herbs is some of the skin fell off, and they are not going to look as pretty as I would like. Goodness gracious, these aren't going to be pretty wings. I think they would be pretty tasty. Oh, see, that skin came off. Oh, the horror. Yeah, these aren't going to be my finest looking wings. That one should go on top because I think the skin stick. No, it might come off too. Oh my goodness. Be careful when tossing. Okay, get these back in and finish the time. All right, let's get you back. I hear, sorry for that, seasickness. Let's just see. Oh, this is definitely getting thicker. I'm going to need to turn that down. Okay, yeah, this has definitely gotten thicker. I think we can turn it off actually. Let me just check. Let's see. Woo! I'm going to have to wipe you all off again. Wow, that went quite quick. Okay, let me get the towel so I can wipe you all off. Sorry for all the seasickness with all the moving and a grooving, but I got a little bit of condensation on my camera, which is not going to work well. Okay, let me get you all adjusted. It's exciting coming to Philly streams. You never quite know what you're going to be looking at, what's going to be happening. It smells absolutely amazing in here right now. I cannot tell you. Wow. Okay, so let me see. Okay, you know what? I want to reduce a little more. So that was good for me to see. Okay, why is it? There we go. Yeah, I'm going to keep reducing. I'm going to just keep it at 6. There we go. But it is thickening, as you can see. And I'm going to get a spoon too so we can check the consistency. So, see if you check that. See, there's not much there. Oh, it tastes good though. I think it might need a little salt. Just get a little salt. Okay. We'll keep the salt and pepper nearby in case we need it. And put the olive oil over here. I'm going to get the salad tossed because it's almost that time. Let's tidy up some of the stuff. Oh, you know what I need to do? Oh my gosh, I just thought I need to chop some mint that we're sprinkling on top, and I need to get the bowl ready. So let me get the bowl washed, at least soaking, because that is not going to come off super easy. So get some hot water going in the bowl. Let me get my mint so I can chop. I'm all flustered now. That's how it always happens. It seems like we're all doing fine, and then all of a sudden everything needs to be done. And I need to check my chat. I don't want you to think I've forgotten y'all. Let's see. Oh, pink spatula, yes. Pink power, absolutely. Pink spatula, rainbow spatulas. Archie, you're too fussy, my friend. Must be a British thing. Oh, Archie. How's your gin, friend? Okay, this might have not been a good idea to use this pan because this pan is going to need some scrubbing, my word. Get my hot water in there. Let me check my sauce. Yeah, this is getting better, I think. Okay, let me put it down low. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to just keep it on 1. I think we're getting there. Let me see. Yeah. So it's not going to be a thick sauce because there's no thickener in it, but it does coat the back of a spoon. And I think the salt helped give it some flavor. I might put a smidge, dare I say, of black pepper in here. I just feel like it needs something. I know once it hits the herbs, that'll be good, but I'm going to put a little black pepper in there. Okay. And we're going to let this guy hang out. And let's get that bowl cleaned. Let me get my big scrub brush. Sorry to be washing dishes, y'all, but you know what? This is the life of a kitchen cook, right? We're in here, and we're trying to manage, and we're going to get that salad tossed in just a second. And I'm going to find out if Archie's still upset about the pink spatula. And my chicken are done. I have to giggle because I'm laughing. I've been doing these chicken streams for so long, and honestly, I feel like I was getting a little cocky. You know, these wings turn out so gorgeous, but I've never quite done it the way I did, which was try and toss them in the spice mixture. I think next time I would just sprinkle and help keep the skin intact, because I think what happened was, you know, it wasn't all cooked, and so I think the skin got a little bit, it was a little bit fragile, and I think it just came off with all that tossing, and I was tossing pretty aggressively. So this is here ready to do the wings and the sauce, and we won't really toss them, but we will do a little flipping just to make sure they get some of that coating of that yummy sauce, and we need to get the mint ready. So let's get the mint ready. And Barbara, I love all the hearts. Yes, you can see what a lightweight in. One sip and I'm tripping. One sip, one trip. And I'm looking at my fills and it's 0, 0. So hopefully it stays that way or we get fills up. And Archie was saying my current tipple is a lovely Prague beard called Staropramen. Ooh. I'll tell Hubs about that. See if he's heard of it. Let me get the mint, friends. Okay, so I have my mint right here. And let me get a little bit. There we go. To put on top. I love the idea of mint. By the way, one thing Laura Calder says is you could also do cilantro if you wanted, which is the green leaf coriander. But when she talks about the herbs in the paragraph preceding the recipe, she does mention mint because it's funny when people give choices, I'm all fine for that, but I also want to know what they prefer. So she mentions the mint in the paragraph before, so I decided mint was the way I was going to go. I always have cilantro, and I know some people are averse to it, so if you are, this is a good option. Okay, so I'm going to keep this here so I can use it to sprinkle, and we are ready. Everything is ready. Oh, the salad. Let me just get the salad set. And I'm going to turn that off. There we go. Get the salad set. So for our salad, we're just going to dress it. It's just going to be lettuce because I kind of want to keep it simple, if I'm being honest. So just get this on, and we are almost ready to go. Look at these beautiful greens. They're small. Let me see. I don't want all of them. There we go. They're small. They're tender. I am kind of giggling because they say red and green lettuce, and I think there's 3 pieces of red lettuce, which which is fine, but it's just kind of funny because it really is heavy on the green. Not that there's anything wrong with green, but. All right. And then, oh, the dressing. So the dressing did separate, so we want to get it back together. So let that mustard help emulsify it. I don't think I'll need all of this. Oh, I do want to season a little bit because I did not put very much salt in there. So I do want to season my greens a little bit. There we go. And a little bit of black pepper. Again, if you don't like black pepper, you could leave it out. I love black pepper and white pepper, as you just found out. So friends, we're making orange wings, or wings à l'orange. Actually, Archie had the full name of it. And from a Laura Calder recipe. There we go, that looks perfect. There's our salad. Simple, put that there. Delicious. Let me show y'all. Nothing like a fresh green salad, right? I know it's simple, it's just the greens, but gorgeous, and they'll be delicious, especially with a nice light vinaigrette. Okay, and then, let's see here, let me move this, I'm gonna switch this around. We're gonna get our wings sauced. So I'm going to, let me just move things around here. Get our mint here for the top, our sauce there, get our wings. Ah, beautiful. Oh, I forgot to show y'all. Oh, they smell so good. So they are a little bit homely because we have skin missing on some of them, but that happens. Every time something happens like that I'm not expecting, I'm reminded of the humbleness of cooking and the fact that you just got to roll with it. And at the end of the day, it's going to taste good, so it'll be just fine. So I'm going to put these in here, and I can tell these are almost fall off the bone. That one is falling off the bone. We're going to keep him on the bottom. That might be the one I taste because he is so done. In fact, I'm going to taste this little piece right here. Let me put this over on this side. Ooh. Oh, that's so good. Okay, I haven't even dressed it yet. Such an interesting combination to have the cinnamon and coriander. And I will say using 1/2 cinnamon and 1 teaspoon, it's not too, for me, it's not too heavy on the cinnamon. Again, she puts with a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, she suggests 1 to 2 teaspoons of coriander, ground coriander. And I think this is fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the sauce here. And they recommend, after you toss it with it, you can drizzle any left back on top, which is what I'll do. And then I'm going to actually use my spatula because I'm going to be a little gentle with this. So I will tell you, as a content creator here, trying to make videos to help encourage people in their cooking, I can guarantee you that this thumbnail is not going to be encouraging anyone for this dish. I still am very glad I made it, and I'm excited to try it. But it is not going to look, it's not going to be gorgeous, I will tell you. The mint hopefully will raise it up a little bit, but that's okay. So let's get my dish, and let's see if we can plate this up. Ha! Okay, let me find that one that's really in bad shape I'm going to taste. Because it's all falling apart. There we go. Oh yeah, he's totally falling apart. Okay, and I can put a little extra sauce on him. And then I'm gonna put this one there. Oh my. They have been through the ringer. That's kind of what it looks like. It just looks like that they have been through it. They have been through battle, if I'm being honest. They have been through it. Oh my gosh. Okay, this one is like the strongest of them. Hopefully it can be okay on the top. And I'm going to just throw away these pieces of skin that fell off. And here's a little piece of chicken. Oh, that's good. That does not suck. Okay. The only thing I'm noticing is there are a lot of shallots. And not that I'm opposed to, I like shallots, but I feel like I might use less next time because I don't know, it just seems more like a shallot sauce instead of an orange sauce. Obviously, when you taste it, you taste the orange. But you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I need that many shallots, especially even for the flavor. I think, anyways, I'm glad I even used what I used, but I wouldn't use any more. I think the garlic will be fine. Okay, well, that's about as pretty as that's gonna look. And let me just tidy it up a little bit, a couple of these areas, and get some mint on. Herbs always cover a multitude of sins because they draw the eye. So we're just going to sprinkle it with the mint. I'm going to do a little bit of mine. Oh, I should have put some of the sauce on mine. Oh, well. And let me show you. Let's bring it over to the window. We still have a little bit of light. That's not going to happen much longer. There are our orange wings by Laura Calder. There we go. You got the skin hanging there. We'll just put that there. There we go. Let's take a look at them in the light. You put this down and get to the camera so you can get the full picture of the color. Okay, let's see. Here you go. Orange wings. Let me see if it's a prettier side. Nice. They smell amazing. Very different than the ones I'm accustomed to. Very different. Really nice. Gorgeous. Okay, let's give them a try. Bring them over. And let's give it a taste. Still 0 to 0. Maybe they're waiting for me to get off before they start bringing in the runs. What do you think? What do you think, Archie? Okay, let me put this out of the way. And we get our salad. Hub should be home any minute. I don't think you'll be able to see him because I think he won't get home in time because I'm looking at the time. He's still probably not coming for another 10 minutes. So we have our salad, and we've got our wings. Okay, let me try the wings. Let me get a napkin because I know it's going to be messy. Okay, so this just pulls off, like it just off the bone. They are succulent. I mean, you saw literally fall off the bone. The flavor is a mix of sweet and savory. And I was taken aback by the fact that there was the cinnamon. I want to taste the skin here. Oh my gosh. The cinnamon with the coriander and the orange is absolutely delicious. Finger licking. Let me get one more bite with the drumstick. These are fabulous. These definitely belong as entree. These aren't appetizers. These, I think it's perfect having a salad next to it. And if you wanted, some crusty bread on the side, that would be delicious. These, again, the best word is succulent. I think this would be great to do with some drumsticks. Archie, I know you like to do drumsticks sometimes. Or even the flavors on a roast chicken would be wonderful, and then pouring the sauce over. I absolutely love this. This is a great take that just elevates the humble wing, and it makes it taste like something special. I know this isn't picture perfect because of tossing them a little aggressively with the spices later on, but this is fabulous. This is so different than the other wing recipes I've done, but because it's different and it just has that sweet savory thing, I'm so pleased. So friends, this is awesome. I'm so glad we tried this. And Laura, you have been such a gem and elevated so much of the plates in my home this past year with your recipes. So Laura Calder, French Food at Home. The orange wings are fabulous. But again, all the information is right below in description. Check them out, try it, and you can do it the traditional way, which she has listed below, or you can do it my version, which is what you have to kind of go through the video to see. But friends, coming up, I will not see you until next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. We'll be away this weekend, and I'm doing snickerdoodles 2 ways. So I'm so excited. I'm going to be trying a little twist on the snickerdoodles, but making them the traditional way that I grew up eating as a little girl, as well as a new way that I'm just trying to see if it's worth the little bit of extra work to bring me big flavor. So that will be in 2 Saturdays at 12 p.m. So Archie and Joanne, I know you've left, and Barbara and anybody else watching, thank you so much for popping and saying hi, and for your watching from afar, thank you so much for watching. And until we eat again, bye friends, and go Phillies! It's still 0-0, and I think Schwarber, I can't tell if he struck out or if he got on base. No, he struck out. Oh, Schwarber! So just praying for those Phils. Go Phils! Bye friends!